Hey, it's Aaron, Metal Theologian. This is one of my usual time. It's like 1:30 now, so. Alright, so this is gonna be like a what's spinning video, but I'll just cop to this right now. I've been listening to a lot of hip hop, so this is almost gonna be like a part two of the hip hop is so much more than you think it is video. So I'm listening to a lot of this Memphis shit that I've still been completely hung up on. And then, like, I keep finding, like, this shit. You know, just like sort of looking around, seeing what's out there, a cover catches your eye, you check it out, you go, holy shit. And you found something great, you know? It's so easy with the internet, it seems like, you know? But yeah, until really recently, I'd never heard of the Koreatown Oddity. But I saw this cover and I kind of had to know what it was about. And this record's pretty fantastic, man. Like, it's not like a pure, like, rap record, you know? It's like, it goes all over the place. I mean, clearly there's this other stuff going on here, you know? Like narration, that sort of thing. Not that I'm, like, listening to the words or anything, mind you. But it goes through all these sort of, like, different sort of musical things going on, and there'll be something like this, which is more straightforward. I just changes styles and sounds a lot. It's not like a really weird record, you know? It's not like one of these intense ones, like a Death Grips, or like that one AJ Suede record where the whole thing sounds like he's drunk. Avada Kedavra. Awesome record. That's like fucking favorite. So the drunk comment, I mean that in the nicest way possible, you know? Let's put it this way. So Far So Good So Up by Megadeth also sounds like he made the whole record drunk. But he was so fucking drunk that he put a shitty cover, not there would have been a good cover of it possible, but he put a shitty cover of Anarchy in the UK and like right in the middle of the record, so it's a pain in the ass to skip past it. AJ Suede was not that drunk. I don't know that he was drunk at all. It might have just been the sound that he was going for, because it's really more in the background, the production, that, hey, I'm hyping the record, I didn't even pull. Anyway, AJ Suede, Avada Kedavra is one of my favorite fucking records, and one of the records that got me on this big fucking kick, so. Alright, so I went to, there's a Detroit-style pizza place not far from me here in Charleston. And they had a couple kinds of Faygo I'd never seen before, man. So we're going to bring back a little bit of the Soda Speak for just, like, this episode of the next one, basically. So the real Soda Speak is still over at Grown Man Record Night, where they're holding up the, they're really carrying the banner. They're keeping the faith. I was getting ready to mix my metaphors there. So anyway, this is pineapple orange, and I've had pineapple orange drinks before, but I've never had a pineapple orange soda. So I kind of had to know. Right on, full sugar, no caffeine. That's okay. There's enough caffeine in my system anyway. Let's see how it is. It's funny, I was really expecting either the pineapple or the orange to dominate. It really seems like they're pretty nicely balanced. Now, I almost feel like the pineapple is represented more by like the tartness of a pineapple. You know, like, you know, when you get the pineapple, it's like really ripe, it's sweet, but if it's not like super ripe, it'll have like really sort of like a tart edge to it. You know, it'll be sweet, but it'll be like, it just seems like really sort of acidic. I almost feel like that is carrying a lot of the weight of the pineapple side of the orange one. But it doesn't feel, but it still feels in balance. It's funny, I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah, it's an interesting soda. I would totally drink it again. Wouldn't drink it all the time because I'd get really fat, but you know. Alright, so what else do we have here, man? Since I'll come for the records here and not the other bullshit. You know what's funny is like the fucking case on my phone broke. Now I have no idea like how far into the video I am because the thing sits differently in the Fuck, did I just fuck this up? Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Alright, cool. Playing fast and there's the center of gravity on the thing. If it falls and shatters, that's gonna get uploaded, so stay tuned. Anyway, I think it's fantastic, man. Koreatown Oddity. Never heard of him. He has at least one other record out too, which I have every intention of acquiring sooner rather than later. So here's one actually. This is a Memphis one. I should check this out. You'll be surprised to listen to this before with my underground shit. One of my kids recommended this Kendrick record over to Pimp a Butterfly when I was like first getting into this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I really just need to get to know the basics. And it's kind of funny because I like instantly went for the underground shit. Like I didn't seek it out. My idea was, well, if we're rock music, the first shit I want to listen to would be like, you know, the Beatles, the Stones, fucking get to know that shit, you know. I heard like a little bit of Kanye, a little bit of fucking Tyler the Creator, depending on which album. It's a whole other kind of thing. But you know, some of these big ones, I was just like, yeah, not interested at all. I went straight for the underground shit. So because of that, actually, Spencer, who used to film these videos, if you've been watching long enough, actually recommended that I check out this one over the obvious one, To Pimp a Butterfly. She thought I might like it more. Section 80, it's called. And I mean, honestly, it's good. I think I can appreciate it, but I don't love it. I do like the sort of the groove of the feel of it, like the groove of it, sort of the color of it. You know what I mean? That the way the production is handled from that standpoint. But it's kind of an easy record to sort of fade in and out of. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's really cool for a while, and then it does. It just doesn't really hold my attention all that well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a bad record at all. I don't want to shit on it, but I don't know. I'm curious. I'm probably still gonna get the big one of these days. I mean, after all, if Fantano gave it a 10, I'm at least curious. You know, he gave that Daughter's record a 10 too a couple years ago. That was really good, man. All right, this is a little bit off the topic, okay? I mean, it's on the topic of music and specifically hip hop, so it's not that far off topic. But I found like my all-time favorite like fucking sample here. Let me put this aside. I'll even tell you who it is right off. It's DJ Spanish Fly. Yes, from Memphis. A couple days ago, I called Spencer actually to hype. I was gonna hype the Koreatown Oddity, and I was like, "Hey, you know who you should listen to?" He was like, "Was it someone from Memphis?" So, like, if y'all think you're getting bored with it, my kids are getting more bored with it. Alright, check this out, though. This is like the best fucking thing I've ever heard in a long time. Fucking blue vinyl. Gotta find the groove. If it's not exact, I'll just let it go. That's fine. I can already get behind that. That kind of weird tinkly shit. Alright, listen to this.
Don't fuck with me. 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 Don't fuck with me.
This is so good. Jesus. I mean, come on. Dude, DJ Spanish Fly is in the fucking pantheon for me. Unless there's rap. It's called fucking A B C D E F G. He just like raps the alphabet. I mean, there's other shit in here too, right? But it's so good, man. Yeah, I actually hesitated on this because this is really early. You know, I've been mostly interested in like getting newer hip hop. I mean, I've really been trying to get shit post 2000. You know. And all this Memphis shit is kind of throwing a monkey wrench in that works because that's all from the 90s. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm trying to, like, not, like, be going for the old shit like a boomer, but, like, fucking, you know, hear the shit the kids are doing today, you know? But goddamn, dude. So this was really sort of reaching back, actually, since it's, like, 87. I mean, that's earlier than fucking, Straight Outta Compton, you know? But dude, if you're gonna come out with a fucking sample like that, and it has that like sort of horror tone to it too, you know what I mean? That sort of like creepy thing too. Like at the same time as it's fucking hilarious. It's just pure genius, man. Absolutely, man. All right, just watching some Metallurgy before, and Marty was saying he'd probably never be able to appreciate like rap or something, but he likes industrial music. And you know, I think if there's one record that Marty ought to check out, Marty Worm over Metallurgy, and anyone else who like isn't really into hip hop but likes industrial music and likes that sort of thing, check out this record. Yeah, there's a big dick on the cover. I don't feel like taking it out of the wrapper, but you know what a dick looks like, I assume. Um, Actually, I've seen my stats. A very large percentage of my audience knows exactly what a dick looks like. Like 90%. Anyway, Death Grips, man. No Love Deep Web. Fantastic record. Like, I probably reach for ex-military more these days, but like on like by the numbers, I think this is probably my favorite album of theirs. But it's rough, it's electronic in sort of a harsh way, and the guy raps over it. It has a lot in common with industrial music, especially like the more primitive industrial shit, you know what I mean? It's less like a fucking sort of fully realized, like Front 242, and more like... I mean, it's not as sort of embryonic as the way some of that Throbbing Gristle stuff sounds, like where it's still sort of figuring out what it even means to be industrial. But it's, even Einstürzen and Neubauten is probably a little bit more sort of a... that might be actually kind of a decent comparison point, you know? Now, I'm not going to say that this sounds like Einstürzen and Neubauten, because it doesn't. But they have certain things in common in such a way where I think if you like the one, you might like this one too, you know what I mean? So, if you're just like watching this for the laughs, and you don't give a fuck about like anything hip-hop, but you do like industrial, listen to some of this on YouTube or something like that, man. Fucking Death Grips, No Love Deep Web. Because that was sort of my entry point for this shit. That was one of the ones I listened to and I was like, I didn't know that like rap music could sound like this. You know? I've talked about that. I mean, that's like sort of what's underlying this whole kick. Because I feel like I'm learning so much new shit about all this music that's been out there. You know? I just didn't know about it because I was listening to other shit. I don't really regret it. I mean, it's kind of cool to, like, in your 50s, like, find a fucking whole new style of music to get so excited about. But yeah, fucking DJ Spanish Fly's a fucking goat, dude. Yeah, there are a couple others here. Oh, yeah, fucking, here's another. This is a good one. Yeah, this is actually a Now Again reissue. They've been doing a bunch of these Memphis ones, so of course I went out and got them all. But I don't know, I might have hyped Carmike a little bit last time, but I don't think I played it. I don't remember if I fucking hyped it or not. Maybe if I played it. I don't even care, man, because it's fucking really good. We're just going to listen to a little bit right now. I'm just going to skip over the intro. Like, a lot of these have intros where they're just like, fuck you, you know? Like, these people are our friends and they're cool. Everyone else, fuck you, man. Which is kind of awesome. Alright, there we go. Coming at your ass. Like Carmike. Great. How weird is this? There's the primitive presentation on some of these, man, like this one. Like Play a Posse. Bigger and better things. So good, man. There's another Memphis one. Actually, this one, there's this label, they do this Atlantic like hole-in-one thing. It's kind of funny. But yeah, they're based in Leipzig in Germany. That's funny because it was like East Germany when I was there. You know, you couldn't just go there. It's kind of like, and I'm getting records like this from there. Not this one specifically, but other ones that sound sort of like this shit. Hey, here's another public service announcement if you're into this shit, because this just came out. I don't know how many of these they're doing, but I don't remember who the fuck did this, but you can find it. It was either Now Again or Get On Down or someone like that. Somewhere you'll find it. But yeah, this Children of the Corn one, like a month ago, if you were looking for this thing online, it was like $100. It was a cheap one. From like the last press run they did. Well, they pressed up some more of them. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much the same as last time around. Not that I've inspected the last ones. Awesome record. Like, I mean, fuck, dude, look at that cover. How can you not want that? And it's called The Single. Even it's an album with 14 songs on it. Yeah, it's one of the Death Sigil records too, apparently. So it might fuck you up. See, I still have some metal records here too, but the ones I haven't really like, I already talked about. This is a cool one actually. I've never talked about before because I didn't have it. This is a relatively recent reissue of Veni, Domine, Fall Babylon Fall, which as far as the Jesus metal that I've sort of gotten to know, I kind of feel like most of the ones that I was really sort of looking for, I've been able to get my hands on, except for this one. And part of why this one was a problem is, if I'm not mistaken, it only came out on CD at the time. So it's sort of beholden to someone reissuing it on record. Well, someone finally did, and this came from either Rocks or Brutal Planet. I'm pretty sure it was Rocks, but I'm not positive. And they only had a few copies, because, yeah, I guess this was done overseas. Melodic Passion Records, I'm not familiar with them, but, you know, not exactly a huge run there at 250. Anyway, this is a really cool metal record, man. So there we go. I mean, you know, it's Christian metal and that too, right? But it's, I mean, here, I'll fucking throw it on for a minute. You get the idea about Carmike. It's 92, which is not too late for Jesus metal, remember. Russian metal and Jesus metal, a couple years later than what everyone else was doing. You can give that to them, you know what I mean? Like a mainstream thrash record from 1992. Maybe it'll be good, maybe. Probably be a little bit hit and miss. Even if it's good, it'll probably be like not really breaking any new ground. But if it's Jesus metal or if it's Russian metal and it's 92, you're right in the fucking sweet spot, man. Go for it. Check it out. So this one's a 92. We're going to fire it up for a couple minutes so that I'm not just completely making everyone sick with my Memphis obsession. It's funny, I kind of want to make a video that's just like my favorite Memphis records. But I feel completely unqualified to do that, you know? I mean, I've learned a little bit about it, right? Shit. But I've learned about it from like YouTube videos that y'all can watch yourselves and shit too. It's like, metal I have a long history with. You know, I've been into rap for, depending on how you look at it, either 1 year or about 5 years, you know? So being generous with myself and saying 5 years, man, I don't know a fucking thing, you know? That's all I can do is sit here and tell you what I like, you know? You can take it or leave it. Which is kind of what this channel is anyway, you know? Listen to this, man. '92 is late for a record that sounds like this, but this is a great sound, man. Like, it has that grandiosity, but it keeps the tempo going, you know what I mean? It doesn't like sort of like one of these, you know, it's more like sort of straight ahead, but with that still sort of, you know, triumphant, like kind of, you know, one of those metal things that we love. Yeah, this is Face of the Prosecutor. Yeah, and you know, Christian themes. I don't think that anyone's too scared off by that sort of thing these days, you know. Actually, it was funny to see it. A lot of the layout work was done by Giannis Stark, and I actually met him on Metallurgy a few weeks ago. And we were talking about old shit. So I don't expect to open up a record like this and see names like, oh, I met that guy. But you know, it's a small world, a small community. Not all that many people who are still like interested enough in this kind of shit to the point where they're like being involved in the production. You know what I mean? So. Because it happens, you know. Anyway, it would be a bummer if it sucked for that reason, but they did a really nice job. I mean, listen, these keys are tasteful. Yeah, so this is a real winner of a record, man. I don't think CDs are that hard to find on this. I don't know, I haven't looked, but it's not like I'm the only one who's ever heard of these guys. And there was one previous reissue, as far as I know, where, I don't know, it was a super limited run, and I didn't even know it was there when it was happening, and then it was like $100. They had like some weird bonuses, like, there's like a 3 records, or like 2 with a bonus 45 and shit. There's a double, side 4 is like bonus tracks. Okay, if you need a side and a half to get the whole album, I'll accept the bonus tracks, but generally speaking, I don't want that shit, I just want the album, you know? This other pack kind of seemed like it was sort of trying to pander to, let's say, people who aren't me, who might value that sort of thing more, you know? So yeah, but that was like a 100 run. This is 250. I don't know why people are being so, sort of skittish with this stuff, because these records seem to do reasonably well, you know? I'm pretty sure they sold out of those Believer reissues, you know? And as far as I can tell, the only issue is you got to make sure you're putting out good Jesus metal records, because there are some pretty bad ones, you know? I still think that first Bloodgood record is fucking terrible, man. And Stryper? I mean, Stryper's a lot better now than they were back in the 80s. But God, what a corny band. This doesn't sound like that. Like, see, this is why so many people like us, like, never listen to Jesus metal, right? Because, and by us, I mean people who are into metal. Right? Like, I don't even care if you're like religious or not. Because when I didn't listen to Jesus metal. I listen to more Jesus metal now. That's because you had shit like Stryper, like casting this pall over everything, you know? I don't know. The fact that Stryper seems to have so many fans in the community, I feel like it's got to be some sort of nostalgia thing that is just like kind of going over my head or something like that. I mean, I probably do shit like that too, so I'm throwing no stones. And I probably don't realize it when I'm doing it, which is why I don't want to cast any aspersions. But man, Stryper fucking sucks, dude, to be honest. Yeah, this record's growing on me a lot too, actually. I pulled this one out a couple of videos ago, Ashbomb. And I was talking about how the EP was a lot better than the full length. I still think that's true. If you have a choice between this and Coup de Metal, get Coup de Metal for the EP on Rave-On. It's better. But this is a pretty good record too, man. The songs are really pretty decent on here. It took me a couple listens to start to get my head around them. But you know, now I'm like, you know something? These guys knew what they were doing. And what they were doing was pretty fucking good too, so let's hear it for the French. This came out earlier. You want me to talk about Rainbow for a while? The backdrop was actually an argument whether this was better or Dio era Sabbath. And I'll tell you something, man. I think I'd take the Rainbow records. At least this one and Long Live Rock and Roll. I kind of have a soft spot for the first one, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, because that was the first one I ever heard. Man on the Silver Mountain blew me away and all that shit. But those two are the really great ones. And hey man, I pulled this out too. Fucking Ray Charles. That's a comp, that's plenty for me. I really don't need like the tracking and everything by Ray Charles, but you know, there's a time and place for that shit, you know. Here's another one I felt like showing just because it's sort of a weird one. Yeah, this band Hell. There was an album club I think a few weeks ago or a Metallurgy or something they were talking about them. And they only made 145 back in the 80s when they first formed. And they sort of split up and then they reformed just like 10 or 15 years ago and did pretty well. And like their newer shit's been good. Like really good, in fact, what I've heard of it. But there was this thing that came out on a very early incarnation of High Roller. I don't know that it's been reissued. And I think this is demos from back then, but it's called, Land of the Living Dead? Yeah, and I think there's some sort of issue with this one, especially with a couple of these really early High Roller ones. Like, without getting too into, like, airing laundry, apparently there's some issues with, like, licensing. Like, they thought they were licensing things, like, one of the guys thought they were licensing things properly, and the other guy who was doing it maybe kind of wasn't licensing them quite properly. So, yeah. So I'm not really sure, how available this one is for that reason. It might not have got, usually High Roller's pretty good about reprinting things when they disappear. And the prices start creeping up. I don't know if this one's gotten that kind of treatment. This cover is kind of tacky too. Actually, it's kind of a shitty finish. I actually prefer a matte finish, generally speaking, like what a High Roller usually does, to a glossy finish. But that one is like they were going for glossy, and it just didn't quite work. All right, this is going to be Land of the Living Dead. I'll just fire this up for a minute. I should probably clean this record, but. The sound is really kind of shitty, but it's interesting for what it is because this artifact, and and actually, fuck it. Hang on one sec. Getting up off camera, right? Signature move here. Oh. That's pretty good, though. Yeah, so back in the 80s when they originally formed, this was literally it. One single, and the B-side was an instrumental, in fact, called Death Squaddle. There's a really entertaining video you can watch on YouTube. They shot like a video for their instrumental. And it's pretty good. Anyway, man, a good band, and I'm glad they got more attention more recently. But I kind of feel like there are these albums that got jumped. There's the 45 that like serious collectors sort of gnashed their teeth over. Or at least I did until I managed to track one down. And then there's like the newer sort of the modern era with some great videos too, by the way, like some performances and shit. I'll let you go find it, it's amazing. But then this era sort of seems to get skipped over a little bit, And I don't know if it was because this record didn't get such great distribution, or it was just because it was demos and like the quality isn't as good as you might wish for. Anyway, Hell, not the most inventive name, but a very good band, man. Really sort of theatrical. You hear this shit going on here. There's really a lot happening. They really sound like a band that should have gotten past the demo stage, Alright, so there we go. I'm listening to a ton of hip-hop, but I still managed to make the video about half metal. So I hope that appeases the diehards and the regulars. And if you're down to check out something new, hey man, the water's nice and warm over here in the hip-hop pond, I'm telling you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I always appreciate hearing from you. We'll see you soon.